Salvete omnes. This is Acroasis XXVII, lecture 27, on the use of the personal pronouns and of possessive adjectives. This corresponds with Caput Undecimum, chapter 11, pages 88 through 90. Recognitio, review, on the personal pronouns, de pronominibus personalibus. Quid est pronomen? What is a pronoun? A pronoun stands in place of a noun. We know this already from English grammar. Let's do a quick review of the personal pronouns that are introduced in this chapter. For I, we have ego. You, singular, or thou, we have tu. He, she, or it, we have is, id. For we have nos. For you, we have vos. And for they, we have the plural forms of is, id, namely ei, ai, ea. Take a moment and in your notes write this down. Pause the video. Right now, let's look at some example sentences. Ego tibi libros dabo. Now, pronouns are going to function just like other nouns in that they will show their case and they will serve in the same function in sentences. And so we see ego is in the nominative case, and so therefore it is our subject. Tibi is in the dative case, so it will serve as our indirect object. Libros is the accusative, so it is our direct object, and dabo is our verb. I shall give the books to you. I can substitute that form of is, id if I'm not going to give the books to you, but if I'm going to give the books to them. So we see ego, I, eis, to them, libros, the books, dabo, shall give. I shall give the books to them. Tu me non capies. Again, here we see our personal pronouns at work. Tu, you, me, accusative, non capies. We see our verb there. You shall not capture me. And in the example below, we see here we're using is, id as our subject. Ei, they, illud, that thing, to us shall send. They shall send that thing to us. Illud, they shall send that to us. All right. And here we see another use of they, ai. So they shall send those things to you. They shall send those things to you. Now let's take a moment, and if you haven't paused the video and written these sentences down, this would be a good time to do so, and then resume the video. Some general observations. You'll notice that with these last two sentences, ae and ai, in English we simply translate ae and ai simply as they, but we can tell, based on the gender of that pronoun, the gender of the group. Ae, in the second to last sentence, must refer to a group of males or to a mixed group of males and females. In the last sentence, ai, that subject must refer to a group exclusively of females. Now, I know that you're probably saying, Mr. Edwards, for the first three sentences, why do you have to put ego and tu? Because it's built into the meaning of the verb. And the truth is, you don't. It is only necessary for emphasis. So really, in the first sentence, I'm saying I, as in I myself, shall send the books. If I'm simply indicating who's doing the action, that I'm doing it, I would simply say tibi libros dabo. I shall send the books to you. The same thing with the second sentence. You can tell by the verb dabo that I'm the one doing it. So unless I'm really wanting to emphasize and say, I myself shall send the books to them, then I would just say eis libros dabo. Likewise, if it's very obvious that you're the only one that I'm talking to, then I would say me non capies, you will not catch me. But if I really want to emphasize you, well, based on all the things I know about you, you certainly won't capture me, then I put that nominative form of the pronoun. However, even though the nominative forms of the personal pronouns are not as necessary The oblique cases, that is, all the cases which are not the nominative, are going to come into play there. So it's really important that I have tibi, that I have eis, that I have me in those first three sentences, because we see between the first two sentences, tibi and eis, the party to whom I'm sending the book is very important to the meaning of the sentence. That's not built into the meaning of the verb, and so I need those oblique cases. That is, I need the cases which are not nominative for sense. Likewise, me non capies, if I dropped out may, then it would just be you shall not capture, and we don't have a broader sense of that. For the last two sentences, those pronouns ae and ai in the nominative do help us and will help us sort out who's doing the action, because with third person, we really do need to specify a subject unless we have it built into that context. Let's move on to the possessive adjectives. Nota bene. First and second person pronouns do not use the genitive for possession. I know what you're thinking, that's how you learn to use the genitive, but there are some other uses, and so we'll just scratch the surface of those today. Notice that timor meus is not saying the same thing as timor mei. The first one means my fear, the second one means fear of me. Laus nostra does not mean the same thing as laus nostri. Laus nostra means our praise. Laus nostri means praise of us, which gives us the result that laus nostra means laudamus. So our praise means that we are praising someone. Laus nostri means ei nos laudam, that is to say, they praise us. They praise us. However, it's a little complicated because third-person pronouns do use the genitive to show possession. So in the example timor eorum, that could be either their fear or fear of them. Laus eius could be either his praise or praise of him. So how do you know the difference? Context. Whenever you read these forms, you have to look at the larger context of the sentence or the passage. Recognitio. Adjectivo possessiva, our possessive adjectives. You know these already, so let's look at some of them. Ego librum habeo. I have a book. So I want to say, this is my book. How will I say this? For each of these examples, go ahead, pause your video, and write the sentence filling in the blank with what you think it would be. Then resume the video when you're ready to check your work. Ego librum habeo. I have a book. This book is mine. Hic est meus liber. Nos sororum habemus. We have a sister. This is, we want to say our sister, so pause the video, write down the sentence, and fill in the blank. This is our sister. Haec est nostra soror. Tu fratrum habes. You have a brother. We want to say, this is your brother. So pause the video, write down the sentence, and fill in the blank. So you should have written, hic est tuus frater. Vos regem habetis. You have a king. So we want to say, this is your king. Please note, I'm speaking to more than one person. So pause the video, write down the sentence, and fill in the blank. Did you write hic est vester rex? If you did, you are correct. Is copias habet. He has troops. And we want to say, these are his troops. Write down the sentence, pause the video, and fill in the blank. Did you write hae sunt eius copiae? Ei pecuniam habent. They have money. We want to say this is their money. So notice we're dealing with that third person pronoun in the plural. So take a moment, pause the video, write down the sentence, and fill in the blank. Haec est eorum pecunia. Then we have ei agrum habent. They have a farm. Now please notice, Who has the farm? Is it a bunch of guys or is it a bunch of ladies? We see AI, so it has to be a group of women. So we say AI agrum haben. We want to say this is their farm. This is their farm. So we have hic est earum ager. Now you might be saying with me, Mr. Edwards, I don't understand, because earum is feminine, but ager is masculine. Remember that these pronouns are taking the place, of something that, of a noun that you don't see in the sentence. So that original ai is referring back to a party of females. So the earum in the second sense, hic est earum ager, is not referring to the farm, but it's referring to the owners of the farm, which is a group of females. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and put the link up for the Google form, and you'll fill this out as part of your homework. Remember that the Google form is only one half of the homework that you have with these acroases. The other half is that you take detailed notes. So I hope that you have all these examples written down. If not, I encourage you to go back and review parts or the whole of the video. You may want to look at this in preparation for your next test. Thank you, gratias vobis et valete omnes.